Hi, this is Kevin Zahner, and welcome to the first episode of my vlog. I've decided to do a vlog after blogging for a while and writing, realizing that I really like making videos, and more importantly, I like making a video where I start from this stream of consciousness, this idea, and continue to kind of develop it, but in a space that holds me accountable. So here I am. You're going to see an episode maybe once a week, maybe once a month. I'm a classroom teacher, so you know how those schedules can get if you've done it before, and I'm sure everyone can understand. So, but I like the idea of vlogging because there is a vulnerability, and there is an opportunity to kind of share things that come out that just aren't going to come out otherwise if you're editing and typing out and going deleting all kinds of ideas that could have been developed. So we're going to take it one idea at a time, and after this introduction I'm going to tell you about that idea. Now, this week was crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay, I'm going to try to make this quick, but it was nuts to work through. I presented at MassQ 16. It was great, awesome. It's presented on technology to use to activate and amplify student voice. Now, when I talk about student voice, I'm not just talking about the impact students have on like the choices that they make in the lesson, but really focus on the contributions that they make to the content, to the ideas, to the theories. I mean, I learned so much from my students about how to relate concepts to things that are happening in the world. That, as Eric Foner might talk about, the history these days, modern history is about this, the interaction between the past, the present, and the future. I think we really get that when we access the student voice in the room, as content contributors. So I really learned about missing voice by making this presentation at MassQ. Now, it's something that I've been thinking about for a while, but I had no idea how long I'd been thinking about it until I got to MassQ and realized my presentation is during lunch. There's 3 people in the room and it's time to go. So, the show must go on. You pick up and you move forward, of course. But I realized that I planned the presentation with all these kind of pieces and stories that need to be threaded throughout, and it just was so difficult with people walking in the room at different times. So I realized I had to tell some different stories. I had to make some different connections. This one particular story that I really haven't shared with many people at all, and don't share it very often, came out during the presentation. My first year teaching, it was tough to sleep, and it wasn't because of the work schedule, waking up so early and working so late and all that. It was because when I fell asleep, I was woken up by the feeling that I had failed my students, that I had failed them, not that they didn't learn anything that day, or that I didn't care about them, but that I didn't know whether they knew that I cared about them, that they knew that I was wanting to know what was on their mind, wanting to know what their contribution was to the lesson, because I didn't ask well enough. I didn't ask often enough, and I didn't ask well enough, and I didn't do much with those responses. I was a first-year teacher. I had no idea, but I had to work through that problem. And by working through that problem and focusing on what it was going to take to get a good night's sleep, I realized that, it's those relationships with kids. Those relationships come through understanding, through listening, by providing a great audience for them. And once that's established, all kinds of doors open for what we could do to learn history in engaging ways, in ways where instead of it's the content and information coming from the teacher to the student, the sage on the stage, we really did start to become more of a class of discussion, a class of communal contributions and collaboration. And that really got amplified by using technology. So it took many years to get to where I am, and I have many more years before I can say, yeah, I think I got this. And even then, I'll get a new batch of kids. that show me that I really don't. And that's just the nature of it. But thanks for watching, and look forward to sharing with you some more.